You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in that little person. You have to believe for your kids. Hey guys, welcome to TelaTash, where pain speaks and purpose answers. I'm your host, Dr.Tash, and I have an amazing guest here today, none other than
Damian Lewis, the host of Call Me First podcast.
Damian is an author. He is a father. He is an entrepreneur. He also does podcasts. He is my mentor. Okay. His podcast is called Call Me First. So guys, check it out. It's amazing. It's for men in leadership. Like I said, we have a life coach on set.
Yeah, for sure.
And today's podcast is very important to me because it's about who am I? Who's Tasha? Why TelaTash exists at this point of my life? And I just needed some answers. The one person that I thought would be beneficial and significant to my podcast, the first episode, is a life coach. Because all the hurts and the pain and the anger that I dealt with as a child, I noticed that it was festering up in my adulthood. The person I thought of was Damian. Damian.
Thank you for having me on. Thank you for giving me the presence to be the one to give you your first interview.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it from the time you decided that you wanted to start TelaTash.
Yeah.
So let me jump right into it. What made you decide to start TelaTash?
The reason why I thought of TelaTash is because I actually was working for TelaDoc, and I had a toddler in my hand and juggling TelaDoc and being a new mom and struggling out here. I decided to do my own little thing.
So the inspiration behind it, did you see something that made you say, listen, I want to do podcasting. I want to express my feelings of life. I want to help people. What was it?
Yeah, that's a good question. During my first trimester being pregnant, I felt very depressed, lonely, sad, and I couldn't understand what it was. I got everything I wanted. I got my partner, I got my children, I got my degree, all the accolades you name. I got it all. We're not going through financial hardship or anything, but I was trying to figure out, what am I missing? I couldn't put my finger on it. I kept saying, what am I missing to God? I kept questioning God. You gave me all of this, but I'm still sad. Why? So I was trying to find my purpose. Every time I talk to someone, I always touch their life. They always say, Tash, you're amazing. You're amazing. You know, they always, praising me, but I'm empty inside. I'm pouring to people, but I was never pouring into myself.
Gotcha.
I specialize in oncology for over 15 years.
Now, how does that tie into family life? Does it interfere? Do you have time for family life or?
Absolutely. It is a struggle. I commend a lot of women out there. I didn't know how much it took for a career mother to be working as well as to juggle your work life and be a mother, and a good mother at that.
Yeah.
Present mother. I always told myself I wanted to be available for my kids. I wanted to be present. I want to be there. I want to show up for all the games and the shows, things that we didn't get a chance to encounter growing up as a child.
Gotcha. Now, you growing up, talking about growing up as a child, when you set out, was your first career choosing to be a doctor, or did you want to do something else?
So in the Haitian culture and the Haitian community, you have no choice but to become doctor, lawyer, engineer. All right? You got three options. Or you dead.
Okay.
All right? So the three option was doctor, lawyer, engineer. And so that's what I went with. I really didn't have a real passion. All I knew is that I did love people. And I knew how to embrace everyone, good, the bad, the ugly,
Gotcha.
black, white. So I never discriminated.
So now that you're fully involved, do you think this was your calling?
I definitely think that's my calling in a different twist.
Okay.
The twist is not to medically be involved, but to touch souls.
Okay.
Right? That's my purpose.
Go deeper into that for me.
Yeah. So touching souls, I had a patient the other day, and he looked at me. He had stage 4 colon cancer. He was in palliative care, and he asked me, "So what do I do?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He said, "Do I just close my eye and just die?"
Really?
I didn't even know how to answer that. I just felt so bad. He was 33 and the mom was at the bedside, and the mom just looked at me and I looked at her. What do I say to that? What do you tell young people who's dying, who's in the end of life, how to die, when to die? I don't have that power, despite what labs may look like, or the chemistry or the organs, it's failing. But the only thing I could think of is, what is your religion? Do you trust God? Do you believe in God? Where do you think you're going to go? I don't have the answers, so you close your eyes and you're going to just go. I didn't have that answer, but I just knew when you close your eyes, where would your spirit go? So I kind of told myself, I need to try to dig deep into people's soul. Because there's so much more to just prescribing medication and just say, here's your script, or take off from work. There's more to it than just that.
Gotcha. Now, were you always this person that you wanted to get deeper into, someone's inner being? Were you always this person? Matter of fact, let me ask you this way. Bring me back to your childhood. What was that like?
So growing up, I live in a 2-parent household. It's 4 siblings. We're all females, and the typical African-American family, lived in a house, 4-bedroom. We actually lost a home, and so I didn't have any money to go to school, but I knew I had to go to school, even though I had no money.
Put that together.
I just trust God. I had trust the process. When I applied for school, I got in and applied myself to scholarships.
Okay.
I became a cheerleader. They gave me scholarships. I encountered financial advisors that cleared my bill.
So what I'm getting from this story is, this is a prime example of when you trust faith, you'll make it through. So whenever you're going through whatever it is, put your faith, put your trust in your faith. Whatever your faith is, put your trust in your faith. Now, you explained to me that you grew up in a house with your siblings, which were all females, no brothers, anything like that.
My brother, he had his own house with kids.
What was that like, growing up in a were you all around the same age?
Yeah, we're all fairly around the same age. It's sibling rivalry, sibling conspiracies, there's jealousy, there's love, there's hate 1 minute, but we're always supportive when it comes down to if someone is troubling us. But for the most part, I was always outcasted. And I think I kind of set my mind to be outcasted, because growing up, I used to always feel different. My siblings are light skinned, and in the Haitian community, it's light skin or nothing.
Really?
Yeah. It's sad to say, even I have my 2 sons, and one of them is lighter than the other, and I still get, hey, let me speak to the lighter kid.
Really? And now as a mom, I'm pretty sure you love both your kids the same way. As a mom, how does that make you feel?
It's painful.
Yeah.
It's painful to feel that you're in a home, you have to deal with racism outside, and then now you come home and you have to deal with colorism. It's kind of painful. It's very discouraging. I don't know if I develop a complex where I had to always feel strong, or always had to do the best, or always had to compensate because of my complexion. I'm still trying to tap into whether I was doing that or not because of what I've accomplished in my life.
Okay.
But it's very disheartening to hear your family members say, you're darker, but you're pretty. You always had the but. You're black, but you're pretty. I also was called by a family member a Dr. Nigger.
Really? You don't have to go into who said that, but at that moment, how did that make you feel?
Yeah.
How did that make you feel?
I was confused. I didn't know how to feel. I was really confused. I was like, I had to keep playing in my head, like, is this normal? I didn't know what was normal to me, because I heard it a lot growing up. So when they add the doctor in front of it, to the nigger, because I heard nigger so much
Yeah.
as a child. But when the doctor came in front of it, I'm like, wow. So the doctor didn't change anything.
I'm just curious to know, did that same person need your help?
Absolutely. That person needed my help. And it was hard to even give that help, even though I knew it wasn't the right thing to do. Like, what would God do? God will still help, right?
Yeah.
But in my heart, it's like, oh, now you need me. And that anger, that 6-year-old child of me just kept coming out. It's like, I don't want to help. I don't want to help. But look what I signed up for, right? And who do I believe in? So how can I not help? I really wrestled with that till that person passed away. And I really didn't put my all to help.
You're saying you didn't put your all to help, like you felt like it was more you could have done?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I could have done so much more. And the reason why I didn't is because I'm fighting. I'm fighting with anger. I'm fighting with pain. I'm fighting with confusion. I'm fighting with the 6-year-old me. And I'm angry. I'm angry.
So, from my understanding, that person passed away.
Yeah.
Do you, at this moment right now, do you regret not doing more?
I don't regret. I just regret not having closure.
Explain that to me a little bit more.
I don't have the closure or the answers that I wanted. Why? Why me? I did everything as a child. I tried my best to be the best daughter, the best sibling, the best auntie, everything. So why me? Wasn't a people pleaser, but I definitely saw everyone's soul, the needs, the want. What can I do as a whole to hold up my family? I always did that in the background. I held everyone up without any gain. I didn't need any gain from it.
So during this whole interview that we're doing here, you refer back to the 6-year-old you. What is so significant about the 6-year-old you?
The 6-year-old me was significant because that's when I knew I was different. I wasn't just surviving. I had to make sure that I had to become something. So it wasn't just surviving, it was becoming. That day when it hit me as a 6-year-old little girl, like, Tash, let's go, it's game time. I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know what I was going to do, but I knew I had to become something. And I had that silent fire in me. It was very quiet. It was very silent. I stayed to myself. And I always tell myself, let's go. You got to do it. You have no choice. You got to do it. That 6-year-old girl who couldn't read, had a learning disability, didn't have any finances, a lot of rejections, a lot of hurdles. That 6-year-old girl knew I wasn't the same.
So
like
at
everyone.
6 years old, you made a life decision.
Absolutely.
A life decision. And how was it? Because you felt unseen, unheard? I know you said you were different. What was the difference?
I felt all the above. Unseen, unheard, unappreciative, all the above. I just felt I was not enough.
Did you get treated differently than the other siblings?
It was more so, like I said, the colorism, because you're black, you know, you're light skinned, so you should be more advanced than the dark skinned people.
Okay. All right. So moving forward from that, once you made your decision, not even say exactly at 6 years old, when you made your decision to what you wanted to be, what you didn't want to be, what age did you decide that you wanted to be a doctor?
at 6 years old, I made my decision that I was going to become something. I didn't know it was going to be a doctor, lawyer, engineer. I just knew I was going to make something of myself. When I made that decision, there was no other option that I could fail. I gave myself no wiggle room, no room to fail at all. I pressed on the mark of Jesus every day of my life as a 6-year-old. I even started going to church by myself, walked to church by myself, went to church by myself. Praise God. I understood who he was, even though I didn't look like the religious person and I wore the pants and I didn't look like what the Bible said, but I knew who God was. I knew where he was taking me. So I had no choice but to just press on the mark.
Okay. Now, you said you did a lot by yourself. Was it because you chose to do it by yourself, or was it just no support during those times? Family support or independent?
Everybody was in their own world. Everybody was trying to survive themselves. So all my siblings were trying to survive as well. My mom was trying to survive. My dad was trying to survive. So it's more so that, we just didn't have the resource to get me to where I need to go.
Okay. Now, moving forward from there, again, you mentioned before that you were unable to read.
Yeah.
That had to be a struggle. Tell me a bit more about that.
Yeah. First off, I want to tell people, don't allow any disability, whatever it may be, whether it's a learning disability, you have a speech impediment, any source of disability, don't allow it to hinder your dreams or stop you from doing what you're doing. Because I actually entered college not knowing how to read.
Wow.
Yeah.
You have to go deeper into that. You have.
I didn't even know how to read. I thought I was the best reader ever. Just until I went to college, my professor called me out the classroom and she said, "How did you get here?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" She said, I'm thinking she calling me out the classroom so that, she'd give me a sticker or something, some award that I had the best paper, because we had to do an essay and it was like the entry of college courses. And she said, "How did you get here? You're not even writing or reading in a 5th grade level."
What was your response?
What do you mean? I read so many books. I read and write. And, I'm like, I always apply myself. How come? And when I look back and start reviewing, when I went to class or school, I realized, oh, I never did homework. My sister used to do my homework because they wanted to go play. So they did my homework, put it back in my book bag, and we went out and played.
Wow. Would you suggest that for someone else?
That is the worst thing to ever do. And I think I kind of breezed through all my academics because I was so sociable. I was friends with the principals. I was a cheerleader. I stepped, I sung. So I was in a lot of sports and stuff. So I think that's why it was overlooked. And then when I got to the real world, I thought I was all that. Best to believe it woke me up. I got woken up in college, and when my professor called me out of the classroom, she said, You're reading at a 5th grade level. You're writing at a 5th grade level. How did you get here?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" So when I got home that day, I'm just playing back in my head. I said, "Wow, I know how I got here. God got me here." I finished junior high school. I finished high school. I did my regents. I passed with a B. in everything that I've done, I was not the A student, but I was definitely a B student. That's when I knew God got me.
There you go. Now, to the brighter part of this. How did that feel? How did that accomplishment feel?
Yeah. When I knew that I was able to prescribe, and on that prescription had my name on it, and I was treating and I was stitching people's faces up, I was like, this is me? It's still so surreal. Every day when I wake up, I'm like, it's so surreal. I walk out in the street, I always tell myself, I don't really care about the title, the accolades. I really care that I'm making an impact on others.
Gotcha.
That's what I cared about.
Gotcha. So if you had to look back now, what would you say to that little girl, that little 6-year-old girl? What would you tell her? She doesn't know what's going on. Now that you are here with your family, with your degree, with pretty much everything that you need right now, what would you say to that little 6-year-old girl?
I want to tell that 6-year-old girl, never give up. Trust in yourself. Trust in God. And press on your dream. And don't allow anyone to tell you otherwise. Whether you black, fat, tall, I was called all those things to discourage you. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in that little person. You have to believe for your kids. Initially, I started to be like an imposter. I was walking in something I never believed in. But I knew I was it. I couldn't find that space to make me whole. And I'm still tapping into it. This is why TelaTash developed for those people who have that fire in them, everything that they want, but still can't find that happiness or peace. Where is it?
Now, do you feel like you have forgiven those that have mistreated you before?
I'm battling with it. I'm trying. I have forgiven to an extent, but I'm so scarred. I'm so bruised. It's so hurt. I've been more hurt than any.
Has it had effect on your self-esteem?
Yeah, it definitely plays with your self-esteem. It definitely plays on your emotions. It definitely plays on your faith. So I tell God, where are you? Where are you? I don't feel you. I don't see you. And all I can hear is God saying, I've been always with you. I've been always there. First I say, lean not to your own understanding. In all thy ways, he will direct your path. And I kept saying that verse over and over. He said, I'll make your enemies your footstool. He showed me. He said, I'll prepare a table before your enemies, in the presence of your enemies. He's done it. I still have no gratification. It still don't mean anything to me. I'm still hurt. I'm human. I'm hurt.
What do you think you're looking for to get over the hurt?
I don't even know. I don't even know why I cannot find that peace. I've done therapy. I've done church. I spoke to my pastors. I can't put my finger on it.
Without your faith in God, where do you think you will be right now?
Yeah, without God, I don't think I would exist. There's a song that say, Where would I be if it had not been for his grace? I don't even know God. I don't even know what to tell you. Where would I be without God? Non-existent.
If you had a woman in front of you right now that may have been from Caribbean descent, that's struggling now, probably on a similar path as you, I need you to do two things for me. What would you faith-wise tell them to do? And what would you tangibly tell a woman to do in your path right now, or something similar to what you've went through or what you've been faced?
Those are good questions. One thing I would tell a woman that went through what I'm going through, and I still use it as present tense because I'm still battling with it, is to just believe in themselves. To just believe in themselves and to believe in God. Once again, it just goes back to God. God will supply all your needs. Every need that you need, whether it's food, shelter, finances. He said he got your tomorrow. Don't worry about it. I had to learn to lean on him, even when I didn't know where my next plate is going to come from. Even when I knew that I was going to fail my exams, and I'm like, I don't have the words. I don't have the knowledge. I can't do it. Who am I? I can't do it. But once I let go and let God, he had strengthened me and gave me that power, that unconditional love that I was looking for, that I've been still looking for. And that's the only thing that I can tell people. It's just to hold on and believe in you. Not to worry about your tomorrow. He got you.
What would you tell her to do? Would you tell them to go find a study, go work extra hard at a job, learn a skill, what will probably get her over a hump in her life right now?
I will tell a woman to find your purpose. Find your purpose, whatever that look like. Find your purpose. Even if you start small to get to that big purpose of yours. Everything doesn't have to be big. I used to work at McDonald's. That was the best job I had in my life. I worked with people I liked. I had so many customers that I encountered, and it helped me pay for some of my tuition. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to do the grande. You have to be a doctor. You have to be a lawyer. You have to be an entrepreneur. Even if you believe small that you can do something, start small and put pen to paper. Write your dreams down. Start small.
When you say find your purpose, that was a general wide statement. How would a person find their purpose?
What makes you happy? What makes you want to live? That is purpose. Purpose not because you have a big car and money in your account and you have a husband and kids. That is not just purpose. What makes you happy?
When they find this purpose, what do they do with it?
Now, each one teach one. This is why TelaTash evolved. Because now I want to teach that next person. Just give them the same blueprint. Listen, you can find your purpose. You can find your happiness. You can find your dream if you stay on the mark. If you press in him. If you call on his name, you can find it.
This utter confidence that you have now, have the people in your life treated you differently because you have gotten this confidence, you have gotten these accomplishments? Have their treatment of you improved, gotten worse, or stayed the same?
I think my treatment's been the same since a kid. Nothing got better or worse. The treatment's been the same. I've been so far removed and so detached that I have not even thought of it. Kind of created my own now little family.
Okay.
I created my own safe space, my own peace. That any noise that's around me, I've tuned out. So I can't even answer that.
Is that a recommendation?
I don't recommend people to do that, but that's how I was able to cope with things.
Okay.
You know, I was able to just silence the noise around me.
Why wouldn't you recommend it for people to start their own thing, leave everyone else alone, just build your own thing inside your home with your family?
I recommend for people to find closure because you're really not finding that peace. You're just putting a Band-Aid over something and covering it up. So I recommend people actually heal from the inside out. I put a Band-Aid and continued going. And every time I look back, I'm still hurt. I'm still angry. I'm still bitter. And now, so I got to go back in time and reverse all those wounds and reverse all the scars that I'm dealing with.
What are you doing to get to that? What are you mentally, physically, spiritually doing? What are you doing exactly?
I'm doing TelaTash. This is very therapeutic for me.
Okay. Is this the start or this is what your end all be all to be?
This is the end all be all.
Okay.
So many people are hurt, Dave. Have you ever walked down the block and watched everyone's face? Like, I don't know if you watch people's face or you're on the train. Everyone have a story. Everyone is suffering with something. Everyone is just something that's plaguing people. And I think what we've been doing all our life is brushing it under the rug. Why haven't we spoke about it?
That leads me into this right here. TelaTash is going to be your platform for you to express yourself. And what conversations are going to be held on TelaTash?
The different conversations we'll have on TelaTash is just more so motivational, inspirational, more awareness, those healing. These are the conversations that I want from TelaTash. I just want someone to acknowledge what they went through or what they're going through and to turn that lemon into lemonade because it's possible.
Now, who's this podcast for? Is it for women that are going through something, women that are successful?
It's for everyone, the rich, the poor, the white, the black, the Asian, the indifferent, the short, the tall. It's for everyone. We all bleed, right? We all have blood running through our veins. We all go through something. It's for anyone.
Okay. What would you want your legacy to be after everything that you went through, what you're getting ready to do now? What would you want your legacy to be?
I want my legacy to impact people and for people to be nice to one another, to help each other. If I have $1, I should be able to give you 50 cents out of my dollar. I should be able to help you, not to make me lack, but to help the other person get on their feet. So one thing I have to mention is the start of Tele happened because of Call Me First. Dane had established his podcast and took me under his wings. I don't know if you know how appreciative I am of you today. Not many people who's doing something and trying to become something for themselves will take on someone who's doing the same thing. Some people will say, no, I don't want you to be ahead of me. I don't want you to get there before me, or I don't want you to make more money or have more likes or have more view than me. I have yet to see anybody like you guys, you and your wife, Candace, to have opened your door and took me under your wing, from materials to equipment to even doing this podcast, to say, I got you. And that's what I want people to understand, to help one another.
I'm glad you brought that up. If I could take this time now to express how I feel about that, I appreciate the support you gave me from day one when I started my podcast. You were probably the first supporter, the first fan other than my wife. You've done things for us. You've showed up, you support everything, even my book, you've done it. And I really, really appreciate the support you gave. I'll be open with anyone that's starting something new, especially someone I'm close with, because I believe in this. I believe in you put the support behind what has the momentum, even if it's not you. What that means is if someone in your circle has momentum, you put your support behind them. When they go, they bring you right along with them.
Absolutely.
If you have the momentum, I'm dumping everything into you. This is where we're gonna go. So I'm not locked into my thing. No, what's working?
Yeah.
That's what I'm locked into. What's working? Let's go to what's working.
Yeah.
So how can people connect with you after this?
So guys, I'm on Instagram at TelaTash. My Gmail is telatash1@gmail.com. You can find me there, like, subscribe, and keep supporting us. Come on over and tell your story at TelaTash. I want to say thank you, Dane, for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you to your wife, Candace, who's always supporting us in the back scene. So that's it, guys. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in that little person. You have to believe for your kids.